Hello world, Wendy from Cali here. So, first week back from vacation and work all week. I work a 9 to 6. Um, Not always a 9 to 6. Sometimes work just kind of gets the best of me, especially working remotely right now, having access to work 24 hours a day. Sometimes you just want to work more so you don't feel so stressed out with your workload. But finding that balance is really important. And so this week, I thought I was going to be fasting a whole bunch to negate the damage I did over vacation. But Panda Bear had other plans for us. Actually, we did some extra cardio and ate at least once a day. He's trying to help me rev up my metabolism to see if that helps get the weight off quicker. And as of Saturday, as of yesterday, I was almost back to the weight I was right before vacation. Except this morning, after very poor sleep, eating pretty late last night, and not doing very much exercise yesterday due to going out with Panda Bear's mom, running errands, shopping, enjoying ourselves, pampering ourselves. I am 3 pounds up from Saturday, probably retaining a whole bunch of water. But yeah, poor sleep definitely affects a workout, affects the weight, and overall affects my health. And so it's one of those things where I need to find a way to clear my mind before going to bed. And that's something I'm going to have to work on this week. What else is there to talk about? If you're seeing this video on the day I post it, happy birthday, Abby, my brother's wife. It's her birthday today, so just want to say happy birthday to Abby. What else? This week I watched a video from Dr. Eric Berg. I'll put the link down below, but it was about depression and basically your diet and how it affects depression and stuff like that. And yeah, I totally agree with his video. One of the ways that has helped me beat my depression and get off meds was changing my diet, for sure. And it's funny because ironic too, on vacation I ate whatever I wanted, so it wasn't as healthy eating as normal, and on Monday I felt the effects, and Panda Bear noticed the effects too. And so it's one of those where it's like, okay, can't eat like that. Definitely know that it's not good for my health, because mentally and physically and emotionally, all of that, it makes a difference in terms of what I put into my body. And so knowing that is good news, because I can prevent feeling that way by just choosing the right things to eat. Also, again, I mentioned last week, integrity. Without it, nothing works. And some of the times we think that we can compartmentalize our work life, our personal life, all of that. We can put them into little boxes and kind of just move about from each area of our life as we please. But honestly, we are one person, we are one body, and we live one life. And so if you have integrity out in one part of your life, it's likely out in all parts of life. And so I noticed that my makeup obsession that's been happening, I had a mess with all of the makeup that I've accumulated over the years. And one of the things I did for my birthday this year was buy a makeup brush case to organize all of my makeup brushes. And shortly after buying that and organizing all of my makeup, all of a sudden I was doing a lot better at work. And I felt more organized, more in charge. And then I also organized my closet getting rid of a whole bunch of clothes that didn't fit me anymore, because I've lost a lot of weight. And so it's funny how when you put integrity into one place in your life, then all of a sudden everything else kind of falls into place as well. And so it works both ways. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that again. When you are working on your health, it's not just the physical, it's the mental, it's the emotional, it's all of that. It all has to come into play. You have to work on all of it. Something that really hindered me from losing weight was my mental state. Growing up, didn't have the best self-esteem, didn't want to be noticed. And so one of the things is that staying big helps make me feel safe, actually, weirdly enough. So it's one of those weird things where it's like, well, if I'm big, I am less likely to get hit on, I am less likely to be noticed, and therefore I can kind of stay almost invisible. And so I've had to deal with that a lot, in terms of, losing weight. I do feel good, and I do like that I am fitting into clothes that I haven't been fitting into for a very long time. But I am a little scared, especially, going to the gym and working out and all of that. I don't want people to look at me when I'm doing that, or when I'm out and about and all of that. And so it's one of those where it's like, what is life going to be like when I'm smaller? I don't know. I've never been, and it's a little scary. And it's funny how fear can really run your life. And so I have to work on getting over that fear and just living my life. Again, when you're working on your health, it has to be mind, body, soul. What you put into your body, what activities you do every day to keep feeling like you're living your life. You got to be active. Diet is not the only thing. Diet's a very important part of it. You have to fix your gut, like Dr. Berg says. If you want to make sure to avoid like depression and all of that, and other types of illnesses, you have to make sure your hormones are in balance. Even other YouTubers that I watch, Leanne Vogel talks about, hormones, balancing your hormones based on the diet and what you put into your body. Panda Bear mentioned that keto is a great diet for people who are not well, because it does really help you eliminate things from your diet that could be causing the imbalance in your hormones and the insulin resistance and all of that. But once you get your gut healthy and all of that, then it makes more sense to switch it up, have a more balanced diet. You need food is just nutrition. Food is fuel. And so my life has been, I live to eat. And like I said, I am obsessed with food, or I have been very obsessed with food. But in this journey to health, I'm learning not to be so obsessed with food, and I eat to live. And so it's one of those, yeah. I was watching another YouTuber, Raw Beauty Christy, one of the makeup YouTubers that I watch, and she has been dealing with infertility for over 15 years. But recently she put out a video which I was watching, and she and her husband are finally pregnant. And one of the things that could attribute to that is fixing her hormones, I think, because she went on the keto diet a couple years ago, and she and her husband also had stopped trying to have children. It was just too stressful. They went through a whole bunch of infertility treatments and all of that, and all that stress was not good for her body. And I don't know how she ate before she started doing keto, but somehow in doing keto, losing weight somehow helped balance her hormones, and she got her period back, just like I did. I was diagnosed with PCOS, and after getting back on a low carb diet and working out and losing the weight, my period's back to a regular flow. And so it's one of those where it's like you really do need to look at what you're eating, look at what you're putting into your body, see how that is affecting your mood, affecting how you feel, all of that. And if you don't have a panda bear in your life like I do, Panda Bear kind of monitors me and helps me make sure I'm putting the right nutrients into my body. If you don't have someone like that in your life, you have to be your own advocate. You have to have the drive to want to be well. And I would highly recommend a food journal, logging what you eat every day and how you feel from day to day after what you've put into your body. I find that that is very helpful to reflect on your nutrition. And so, one of the things, I'm rambling, I know, but I realize I'm not doing YouTube to get famous. I'm not doing YouTube to want subscribers. I'm doing these YouTube videos because I want a log of how I'm feeling, how I'm doing from week to week. I want to log this journey like I used to live journal all the time. I used to write down what I was thinking, what things went on in my life from day to day using LiveJournal, and I no longer do that. I don't even know if LiveJournal exists anymore. For those of you who are younger than I am, maybe you don't even know what LiveJournal is, but this right here, these videos, these vlogs that I'm doing are really for me. It's not for the world. Obviously, I do want people to be inspired if you do stumble across this video. If I do help you get that drive to be healthy, that's great. Otherwise, I will just continue vlogging about what's happening week to week with me, the different things we're doing, experimenting to see what works best in terms of my journey to health. Again, weight loss is a big part of it, but at the same time, it's feeling great. I want to live my life to the fullest and feel my best every day. And so that's what we're working towards. It's not just me. It's not just Panda Bear. My dad, my mom. So my mom is diabetic. She takes medication for it. And before she jumped on, her journey to health, she was feeling numbness and pain in her left leg. And when I would go walking with her, she would have to almost pick up her leg when we're going up the stairs, just a couple of steps to our front door. And it was really scary to see. With diabetes, if you don't watch it, you could lose a limb. And so one of the things is that she chose to finally get on board with her journey to health. And so we've been helping monitor her nutrition and her daily activity and all of that to see what helps and what hurts her. And recently she said that the pain in her left leg has disappeared. And so it's one of those where it's like we are fixing what's been happening. And it only takes experimenting and being open, just being open to the journey. You have to determine what is hurting you and what isn't hurting you so that you know what you can and cannot eat. And so we noticed with my mom, fruit, she has a real negative reaction to fruit and honey. And so right now we need to fix her gut before we can reintroduce those types of foods into her diet. And so again, it's all about experimenting and keeping a good eye on what you're putting into your body and how you're affected by it. And so that's my mom's journey. My journey, again, I'm feeling great this week. Panda Bear has got me not fasting for 48 to 72 hours, but eating at least one meal a day. And I've been basically tracking this on Instagram. Wendy from Cali on Instagram, if you want to follow. But I've been tracking this on Instagram, and he's fed me fruit, orange juice, goat milk, and honey. Just natural sugars right before we go on our workouts, our wogs, or to the Planet Fitness. Now that it's open, we've been doing weights. I look like this because we just got back from Planet Fitness doing our weights this morning. But we're just trying to see what types of foods are good for me. And so this week, not only did we have at least one meal a day, but on some of our wogs, we actually had specific destinations, rewards, I would call them. We walked our 6-mile round trip to Mr. Baguette for my Vietnamese iced coffee that I love. And Panda Bear surprised me with a trip to Big Softy, this soft serve ice cream place that my relatives have recommended I try. And we took a long walk to that destination too. And so, little things like that makes life worth living, because again, I'm obsessed with food. I love food. I don't know why. But anyways, I've rambled long enough. This next coming week, we're going to experiment some more. Now that we've kind of revved up my metabolism, we are probably going to have me fast a little more this week. And instead of doing so much cardio, we are going to focus more on weights, strength training, and see if that negatively or positively affects my weight loss for the week. And so that's pretty much the plan. We're going to continue experimenting every week to see what works, and having these little vlogs will help for us to kind of look back and go, all right, what worked? And whatever works, we're going to continue doing. Whatever didn't work, we will eliminate that from, what we're doing. So, all right, well, I think I rambled long enough. If you've listened through, if you watched this all the way through, kudos to you. You have patience. Otherwise, again, I'm doing these really just for me to look back on, to see how I'm doing on my journey. One more thing to add. I went shopping yesterday. Yesterday was kind of like a pampering day with Panda Bear's mom. Not only did I get to finally get my eyebrows threaded so they don't look so bushy, but I also got my toes done, a pedicure, ready for the 4th of July, very patriotic looking. And I bought myself a brand new dress from New York and Company for only $15. I was shocked not only at how much it costs, but that I can actually fit back into New York and Company clothing. It's been a while since I've actually shopped there because, I gained so much weight that I couldn't fit into the clothes anymore. So I tried on the dress this morning. Panda Bear says it looks good. So I might just show you guys that dress someday soon, just so you can see what I'm talking about. But it feels great to be able to go into a store that I couldn't shop in for a while and be able to purchase something that actually fits and looks good. So with that, I'm going to close this vlog out, and I guess I will see you all next week. So until then, again, make good choices. And until next time, bye.